y'all ready for this?
What's up, folks? This is djWHEAT from the Championship Gaming Series. Joining me is ReDeYe, and we've got another match recap for you for the 2008 North America regular season. We're going to start things off tonight with New York versus Chicago, and it was an epic matchup. New York on top of the standings, 9-1 going into this one. Chicago needed it to clinch the playoffs.
Yeah, they did, and I had a feeling before that. I spoke to Dave Geffen actually just before this got kicked off, and I said, you know, if your team go a few down in the first couple of games, I think you might be losing this one, and he agreed, and yet, well, that's how it started off.
Well, and it started with DOA Male, where we saw Chappelle taking on Black Mamba. Black Mamba's last year MVP from 2007. Chappelle has had some great wins lately, but not good enough, as Black Mamba was able to take him down 5-2 to start off Chicago on the right track.
So next up we had Forza 2, and this was really the return of the world champions from 2007. Chomper and Jason X haven't had the best of seasons in Forza, it has to be said, but they came good tonight just when Brian Flounder needed it, and they came up with a 5-2 victory. Chomper stealing away a win despite the fact that he's had a whole raft of fourth places.
Yeah, and I just want to throw in the comment, it looked like 3D at one point of the match had it, 1-2. I thought they were going to walk away with a 6-1, but the exact opposite practically happened. We saw Chomper take first. The overall score was 5-2, and that made the overall score of the match 4-10. Next up was FIFA, where we saw the mighty Wizikor taking on the #1 FIFA player from this season, Ifra. And I think everyone was excited for this, myself, the crowd, even the teams.
Absolutely. This was the one I was really looking forward to, mainly because you had the #1 player from 2007 against arguably the #1 player of 2008. And he really wants that top spot, Wizikor. So I knew this would be a great game. We weren't disappointed. We had some great goals. And actually, Ifra, to be fair to him, I thought he dominated the game until that late goal from Wizikor made the scoreline look a lot closer than it actually was. 2-1 in the end.
Our fourth game of the night was Dead or Alive Female, where Cools Villa from 3D took on Kasumi-chan from Chicago. Now, Kasumi-chan's had some ups and some downs this season, but unfortunately, mostly downs. And Cools Villa, coming off of two beautiful 5-0 victories, was able to capitalize on that, winning 5-1. Of course, she wanted the 5-0, but 5-1 gave New York the bounce back to potentially win the match.
Yeah, and not only that, she dedicated the win to me. And I've had no idea. I'm not dead. I'm still very much alive, and I've no idea. But thank you. It was nice of you.
We also caught up with Cools Villa after the matchup. Let's see if she mentions ReDeYe again.
Thanks, guys. I am here with Cools Villa. Cools Villa, you just won, but you seem a little bit down. Why is that?
Oh, it was a good match. That one round, though, that she was able to pick up, it was, I made a lot of mistakes, and she took advantage of that. It could have been a 5-0, but at least I came back on the next round.
Now, I'm watching you here play, and you're sitting with your legs crossed, you're leaned back and reclined. You were very worried about your game at the beginning of the season. You came over and told me. Now you're playing very relaxed. What's changed?
Well, it's not exactly that. I kind of have some sort of like thing where I have to like sit like that when I play, and I just found my rhythm and was able to stay focused and get rid of my nerves and play my game.
There it is. She has found her rhythm. Back to you guys up top.
Our final game was Counter-Strike Source, and with the score being 10-13, a lot of points on the line, but New York needed to come back, and that's exactly what they did on the map that is typically referred to as DE3D. Well, Season became 3D's stomping ground as they took out the Chimera 12 rounds to 6. An amazing, amazing performance by 3D.
It was, and for a change, you know, it wasn't actually necessarily Noit that really pulled them through this time. One, actually, tonight was very, very big for them, and both halves as well. He came up clutch a couple of times, really pulled them back into the game when they needed it. So, not just the strap master this evening, he was also clutch.
Well, we caught up with Nick Noit after the matchup. Let's see what he had to say.
Thanks, guys. I am here with Mr. Nick Noit himself. Now, Nick Noit, you are the rookie of the team, correct?
Yes, I am.
How do you think the chemistry is fusing right now with you and your CS team?
We're working really well together. It's been a couple months, and since the beginning, we've just clicked.
Now, this last match, you guys tore it up on the T side. Was there any different strategy, or you guys just came in thinking you're going to dominate?
We didn't change it up too much. I mean, we kept it up with what we were doing in the beginning and what we knew what to do, and we exploited their weakness and were able to come up on top.
All right, there you have it. Mr. Nick Noit from the 3D, tearing stuff up over here. Back to you guys up top.
That made the overall score 22-19, and New York blocks the potential playoff spot for the Chicago Chimera. They've got a few games left, but New York just made their job a little bit harder. Let's find out what Dave Gaffon had to say about his victory.
I am here with the man, Mr. Gaffon. Gaffon, yes. Are you getting tired of winning yet?
You know, I don't think anyone ever gets tired of winning, but I think that the games are so intense, man. I'm just physically exhausted after these games. I mean, what can you say? I mean, the team came out and played fantastic when we needed them to again, and I guess that's the name of the game.
Now, you guys are taking down the world champs time and time again. Do you guys feel that you have a world-class champion organization on your hands right now?
I think we definitely have a shot at winning the Worlds. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but you know, the rest of these teams they're not pushovers. I mean, as you've seen in our matches, I mean, the win can go to anybody. I think we have a good shot at doing it, and I hope everything, you know, going forward is, you know, the way we would want it to be. You know, pushing to the finals and winning.
All right, there you have it. These guys are now 10-1. They are not messing around. They are very hungry for World Finals. Back to you guys up top.
So there you have it. New York defeats Chicago 22-19. A miraculous matchup here between these two teams, and ultimately 3D stays on top. 10-1 in the North America standings, and they block Chicago's opportunity at the playoff. They've still got a few more games, but it's going to be a tough one.